y'all. Welcome back to the Everyday Wholeness Show with the amazing, fantabulous, wonderful Janet Uribe and myself, equally amazing and talented and wonderful, Karen Stultz. And today we are going to talk about why we expect others to make us whole. Why do we want others to do things so we can feel whole? Do you have any thoughts about that, Janet?
Too many. Oh my gosh, too many. The amount of times that my mentors, listen to this, not just one person. Sometimes you got to get it multiple ways, guys.
Oh, yeah.
The amount of times that my mentors have brought it up to me about stop focusing on the external. It is not about the external. And then, old behaviors show up and like, no, it's them. So I would love to share what they taught me, and I would love to share what I learned. Because there's the teaching that your mentors will bring to you, but then there's the holistic and the whole learning that you pull from it as the universe starts showing you pieces. So the pieces that I've been shown and taught cognitively really focus on, we are conditioned as a society to focus on the external problems. From the moment you are born, we are conditioned this way. I want you to think of this. If you're a parent, or if you've ever been a parent, there's a baby and the baby's crying. We're not viewing it every time as, oh, the baby's communicating. We're viewing it as, there's a problem and we must quiet it. That's just in human life. I mean, your human nature. But then when you look at the news, or you look at the school system, or you look at collective opinions, there is a tendency to focus on the problem. And when we're taught to look at that, we're not taught to look at what our role is. We're not taught to be the change. We start hearing this, be the change you want to see in the world later on, eventually, and we start to question it. But before that, we're literally just taught problem, look, problem. Then reality TV comes out, okay? Oh, look at all these problems that these people are creating. And the one thing, the golden nugget, the golden ticket is to be able to turn that problem that you're seeing on the external right back this way. So in the last couple months, I've been working with a lot of people, even friends.
Oh, excuse me, friends. By the way, we're on podcast, so a lot of people are not able to see us. But come on over to the YouTube channel of the Everyday Wholeness Show, and then you can see. But she was pointing at herself, at ours.
Oh, okay. I should have clarified.
Yes. Turn it around. These are outside problems. Turn it around towards yourself.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Janet. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. So lately I've been working with a lot of friends and clients around a very similar theme. And one of the greatest growth opportunities that you'll ever be in is in an intimate relationship. This can be an intimate relationship with your best friend, with your parent, with your husband, with your wife, with your partner, with whoever you're with. Okay. Great opportunity for growth. And most of these individuals have been saying, why are they not changing? Why won't they let me be myself? Why won't they hear my truth? Why? And the chronic frustration is real. But at the end of the day, we're asking our partners or other individuals to do anything from change their behaviors, to be vulnerable with us, be honest with us, be holistically accepting and unconditional with us. I mean, I could keep going. And the thing is, none of that is really about them. It's about, where are you not being vulnerable with yourself? Where are you not being honest with yourself? Where are you not being unconditional with yourself? And that the truth of the matter is, most of us have a lot of conditions. So when we see the external or the partner or someone in our lives showing us conditions, showing us non-vulnerability, showing us dishonesty, showing us a place that is not safe, you're the one that's not safe with you. And it is a harsh truth. It is a harsh reality, But I remember asking multiple friends and clients in the last couple months, and this comes from my mentors, and one of my mentors specifically, Tammy, why are you wanting others to do for you what you yourself are not willing to do for yourself? Ouch.
Been there, done that, bought the t-shirt more than once, Janet. And it's so true. If you're not willing to do it for yourself. And on the other hand, sometimes you can take that, you know me, I like to play devil's advocate. And sometimes you can take that to an extreme. I have to do it by myself because nobody else will do it for me.
Yeah.
And so, and that creates another set of issues. Why won't somebody else do it for me? Why do I have to do it all by myself? Well, the fact is, you don't.
Yeah.
But what you do need to do is ask.
Mm-hmm.
Ask. And you can ask others, but do it in a way that is not out of anger or frustration or irritation, because then they feel like you are trying to control them.
Yeah.
And you maybe are trying to control them, make them do something for you. But if you can get on the same wavelength and have that communication, and that same wavelength does not occur. How many times, guys, how many times have somebody come up to you yelling and ranting and raving, saying, you have to do this. This is your fault. You have to do this. And you said, oh, yeah, totally my fault. And I will repair that because you were yelling at me. I don't know about you guys, but no. I know a lot of people who are really, I admire, I think very highly of, I love their thoughts. But as soon as that anger and resentment kicks in and it comes out in their tonality, I turn them off. I don't hear them anymore. All of their wisdom is totally shut down. So being able to look at yourself, take control of yourself, know what you need, because you know, right, Janet, you can't control anyone else. You can only control yourself.
Well, that's why I was giggling a second
people
ago, because I'm like, I have plenty of moments in this world where I have participated or engaged in this way. And you're right, you have to ask. Like, you have to ask. But in addition to that, guys, I'll challenge you even further. Show up.
Yeah.
Are you looking for vulnerability? Show up with vulnerability.
Yeah.
Are you looking for honesty? Show up with honesty. When you are a leader, or when you are looking to really evolve, it's oftentimes going to take you to show up with that version that you want to see, and take a risk and be the first one to show up. You know, are you in a new intimate friendship and you would, you know, you would like the idea of someone paying for your meal one day? Pay for someone else's meal first. Are you looking to create depth in a conversation? Be the one that takes the conversation into a deeper level first. You start to show the universe and the individuals before you what you will be, who you will be, what you're willing to accept, what you're not willing to accept, in the way that you show up. I think there's a statement or a saying that, you know, be or become the person you want to be in a relationship with.
That's so true. That is so, so true. And the other thing I find too is understanding why you want to be that person.
Yeah.
What does this response, action, being mean for you? So a lot of times in my life, it's taken me so long to get to where I am right now, guys, simply because I didn't understand. I didn't understand what I was looking for. I needed things pointed out to me so that I could get a better grasp, a handhold of what difference this is going to make in my life or somebody else's life. I needed to have more understanding. And without an explanation, I couldn't get that understanding. So I have found now that I was doing that. I was expecting everybody else to totally understand where I was coming from, and they didn't have a clue. And I was misunderstood, and I wasn't heard, and I was laughed at because I didn't have a clue of where I was coming from. So how could they? I expect you to know what I mean, not what I say. No, you need to recognize and understand yourself and where you are coming from so that you can explain it to others. Why is this important? So that you can control your outcome. And the more you change and the more you grow, it is miraculous how those you come in contact with. And you come in contact with a lot more people than you realize. Just our aura goes out 30 feet. So our negative, our positive, our happiness, our sadness, everything goes out at least 30 feet around us. Well, if there's nobody 30 feet around you, the fact is, every time you get on Facebook, every time you get on the internet, it's also going out in through the internet, in through that technology, out into the world. And I've seen it happen. That's why I say that. I've seen the impact that I have had and my clients have had on me through the internet. And it makes a difference. But understanding what you are looking at, understanding yourself, and really getting clear on who you want to be and why you want to be that person, so that you can explain, I want you to do this. Why? What impact is that going to make? And for me, personally, that impact would be so that I don't have to feel frustrated, so I don't have to feel angry, so that I don't have to feel sad or abused or controlled. Those are feelings that I prefer not to have. So what's the solution? Solution is to speak to others, to ask, but first of all, know yourself. Bless Janet. Janet hauled me on the carpet the other day. I got to tell you, Janet's one of my best carpet. Drag her across, drag her up the driveway. It's all just so frustrating. But because I want to grow and Janet wants to grow and all of you want to feel whole as well. And growth is part of being whole. Sometimes that's important for us to look at. And guys, no, it was more of a gentle slap. She didn't literally drag me up the driveway. But it did, what it did was it allowed me, because I allowed myself to hear. But you have to allow yourself to grow. So I allowed myself to hear what she was saying I didn't understand it. I really didn't understand it. But what happened was I started getting these little nudges from my crew, little intuitions. Look at that book. Oh, look at that. That's interesting. What could you have said differently? Oh, yeah. And what brought this all up was we were talking about vulnerability. I don't know if you even remember, Janet, but we were talking about vulnerability. And why didn't I cry? And I realized at that point in time, I couldn't, not for any other reason than, well, there was another reason, but for that point in time, it was, I have an eye condition that is not allowing me to cry easily. So I feel the tears, I feel the crack in my voice, but I cannot cry. So what do I need to do so that those tears can come through? Because tears are very important. As long as they're not done in excess, tears are very important for cleansing our soul, cleansing our being.
Yeah. It's actually, crying and screaming is the biggest dam you'll ever open within your body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So opening it up, and it is quite amazing how things around you, that energy around you, once you shift the energy in you, the energy around you shifts. And the people who haven't changed in 50 years, all of a sudden, out of the blue, start saying, hey, let's go dancing. Excuse me? What? All right, I'm game, but really? We dance twice a day minimum now, twice a day minimum. Every morning when we greet each other in the morning, and every night before we go to bed, we have our little dance. And sometimes in between, there'd be some good music, so we start moving around. I don't know where that came from. The only thing that changed was me. That was it.
It's really
kind of nice.
Really beautiful. So yeah, friends, you're literally just existing with a bunch of projected realities of who you are. So any table you ever sit at, every interaction you ever have is based in who you are and where you are with yourself. So I would love to have a dancing partner. Yes, please.
And on that note, we'll see you next Tuesday, 12:30. Be sure to subscribe at the, podpage.com/Everyday Wholeness Show, and subscribe, leave comments. We love to hear your comments. So leave the comments and like us, let us know. And don't forget, join us for the Magical Tea Party every third Thursday of each month. And I will be putting all of those links in the show notes below. So until next time, be whole.